What's up guys, Chris welcome to another one of my videos. Now today we will be checking out all of these mini mocks, comparing them with each other and showing my progression throughout these past few months. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you do enjoy, it would really mean a lot to me. And yeah, also don't forget to comment down below what you think of the video. Maybe I should make more mini mocks or go back to like the bigger mocks. And yeah, just tell me in the comments down below and let's get into the video. Alright, so this is an order of appearance from oldest to newest. Now we're going to check out my oldest mock, which came out 2 months ago, and this is a Lego Star Wars Hoth Mini Moc. Now as you can tell, it's decent, right? For a first attempt at a mini mock, it's not too bad. Now all this I'd say is great. I like the trench, how I've used the snot technique to create like a more detailed trench. You can see it's quite intricate and it looks pretty cool, especially from an aerial viewpoint. I do like the snow. I like the tiles. It looks nice. It looks pretty clean because obviously snow is very flat, and as they haven't walked on this bit, it doesn't look quite messy, whereas here it does look quite messy because people have been walking all over and stuff like that. Now the biggest issue for me is this bit here. I didn't put anything on top. Now in most mocks you should build up your mock, so I should have like at least one layer underneath, but I didn't do that, therefore restricting me of making the floor as detailed. I could have made it much better. Instead of having like the snow on top, I could have added an extra layer and then put the snow like inside and some on top as well, just to make it look more detailed. It looks much nicer, so that is the one big thing I should have done here. But except for that, I think it's pretty cool. I kept it plain and simple, only a few figures, and they're not fighting or anything, which is I think the first time I've done a mock like that without fighting, so you should be proud of me. Now onto the second one I made, which is a huge improvement. As you can see here, this is the Lego Star Wars Endor Mini Moc. Now that came out also 2 months ago. I think it came out like a week after, maybe even 2 weeks after the first one. Now as you can see straight off the bat, it looks way more detailed. Now I do have a lot more brown and green plates and blocks and whatever, so it was easier for me to make detailed stuff, but nevertheless it is still an improvement. I kept this whole mock at least one layer above the board. Now that meant that I could do this here with the dark brown at the bottom and then light brown above, and then you got the greenery all above that, which looks so nice. I love this. And also with the water here, it meant that underneath it's not grey, which would just like ruin the effect, because if it's studs you can see underneath, so at least you can see it's brown, so it looks pretty cool. The water is actually one layer up until it gets to the shoreline, and then it's all see-through and it goes down the layer, and this mock looks so nice. I really like this mock. By the way, if you want to see me go into even more detail, check out these separate videos. Links will be in the description and also in the comments down below, or you could just go onto my channel. Well, firstly make sure you're subscribed and then check through the videos because they're quite recent. But yeah, anyway, as you can see, I used a lot of plant pieces as well. It's just very detailed. I did include blood this time, but I didn't include any fighting, so slowly going back to my violent ways. You got a nice campfire here, and then I got a couple guys here, so it was quite plain figure wise, but it looks very nice. I don't know, obviously it can always do with improvement, but I'm not actually too sure where because for the pieces I had, I think this is pretty good. I think one thing I could have improved on is this bit. Now this looks really nice, but it's too like symmetrical, looks too man-made. In real life there would be a lot of wet mud. This is supposed to be wet mud, by the way, if I didn't explain that earlier, and because it's by the water, but it's not all gonna look like that, so I should have maybe mixed it up a bit, put some tiles here maybe, and just maybe put a bit of like the normal plates pieces here instead of all tiles. But yeah, except for that, this is a really nice mock. I did really like this one. Now my next mock on the other hand is less detail based but more action packed. Now the main reason why I did do this mini mock was because I did a similar mock but a bigger one, and well, I think it's like my second most viewed video, so I thought, why not just make a mini mock version of it and, well, get a lot of views. And, well, I mean, it got 76 views, which is the highest amount of views out of all my mini mocks by far. The second highest is Hoth one with 22 views. This one has 16 views and this has 11, which, I mean, I would have rather this had like at least 20. I would have rather that had more than that, to be fair, because this mock is a really good, like, I think it's my most detailed mock I've ever made. So please guys, if you haven't seen it already, please check this video out. Even if you have, just click on it again, just give me that extra view please, because I don't think it got like the attention it deserved. This got more attention than it deserved. I mean, 22 views is still not huge, but as in compared to this should definitely have more views than this, right? This is still nice, but this it's another level. So yeah, please try and view this afterwards. Now back to this. As you can see, it's not really detailed. I got the basic patterns of like the Jedi temple. It's not exact, but I kind of customized my own version. It looks nice, it looks solid. I built it up as well. This is like the, I think, highest built mock I've made. These are like the steps going up to the Jedi temple. I know it's not completely accurate, but my main aim was for the action, which you can see there's plenty of it. This bit looks amazing. You can see he's being choked, and then yeah, this is something like this is like my thumbnail for the video. And yeah, this is just such a cool Moc, to be honest. Like, though it lacks detail, the action's awesome, and that's what I was going for. So yeah, this is pretty good. Now on to the next one. Now this one I would say is a very tricky one, because after this I'm gonna rank them from best to worst. Now as you can see, you've got like a V shape of lava, and I've mixed the black and dark grey with each other, and it looks much better than it would when it was just black or just dark grey, which I did with my other Mocs. By the way, this is Order 66 on the Jedi Temple. That's the title. Forgot to say, but it's kind of obvious. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, this is the Moc on Salas. Now, it is pretty cool. I went more for action this time as well, but it is decently detailed. I can definitely have made it more detailed. But yeah, I did, like I said earlier, focus more on the action. Now, as you can see, you got Darth Maul looking awesome, and he's just like destroyed these two droids. He's also killed this droid, and well, this droid's burning in lava. And well, this whole thing looks awesome. You got these two super battle droids just aiming their guns at Darth Maul's head. You got New Gunray who's cowering behind. It looks very cool. Biggest issue for me, like I was saying, is not super detailed, and well, it's kind of flat if you're excluding the figures, because well, you can see the only elevation on this whole Moc is this bit here. That's it. There's no rocks or anything to create more of a 3D view of this Moc, which is the biggest issue for me, but it is still good. Now what I'm going to be doing is ranking these Mocs from worst to best. Now right now it's from oldest to newest. Now the worst Moc out of all of these, I'm going to have to say, firstly, I just want to say I'm basing these Mocs off both detail and action, so I'm kind of balancing it, but I'm gonna have to say the worst Moc out of all of these is this one right here. Now don't get me wrong, it's still good. All of these Mocs in my opinion are good, right? But I think it's the worst out of the lot. Now I was split between this one and this one, because this one I wasn't so keen on the fact that there's no layer above this, right? This could have been so much better, and well, there's no action in it, which obviously there doesn't have to be action, but if I'm taking into consideration action as well, the fact of, well, this is like very action packed, well, this has no action at all. It's not as if what they're doing is like extremely interesting. Now that is why this went down quite a lot in my opinion. But this here, if this had more elevation on it, it would be definitely above this. I don't know if it would be better than either of these two. It might be, but you know, it is what it is. And now number 3, you could have most probably guessed it, this one here. It's a cool Moc, but there's no action. Firstly, there's nothing like interesting going on. Secondly, like I said before, this bit here, it really ruined it. The rest of it's really good, to be honest. Now I'm split between these two, because this has less action but it's more detailed. This has much more action but it's much less detailed. Now second place, my friends, goes to this one here. Now the action is insane. The action is by far the best out of all of these. If I was taking it just on action, I'd say this one, then this one, and this one, and this one, right? But like I said, you got to balance the detail with it, and well, this isn't very detailed, to be honest. Now the action, like I was saying, has severely boosted it up, plus the fact that it's got quite a few views. No, I am joking, but yeah, no, the action has definitely boosted it up. If this was just like them walking or whatever as a Moc, it would most probably be at the bottom, but because of the action, it's gone up so much. Now this one is the best because, well, it is so detailed. Now there's no action really going on, and I was saying how this is quite boring, but this looks good, right? There's a story behind it. You can see you got a damaged stormtrooper here, and then you got a scout trooper here. He's like keeping on guard. You got a campfire. Looks like they've been attacked. You can see there's blood, and there's a scout trooper helmet there. Like, you can kind of see the story, right? Whereas this one, well, there's not really a story. It's just a bunch of Donnies walking in a trench, right? So this one, I'm gonna have to give it to this as the best one. So please, if you haven't checked this Moc out, please check it out, because this is definitely my best Mini Moc and one of the best Mocs I've ever made. So hope you guys did enjoy, and I'll see you in the next video, which is next week. And I can tell you, it's going to be a pretty cool Moc. And actually, I think it is better than this one. It's much bigger as well. So yeah, see you in the next video, guys. Peace!